the B team, I feel like it competes. I feel like it could compete for top 4, top 6 at a push. There's a lot of wonder at the moment regarding our A team, let alone our B team. But for this video in particular, I'm going to go through the B team for who I think will not quite make it for the A team, at least from the get-go, at least from the start, the offset in this coming season. But by no suggestion is this a sort of like pointing fingers at players who I don't think are good enough. I just think, looking at our squad coming into this season, we've got a lot of players, but a lot of good players. And frankly, the B team, I feel like it competes. I feel like it could compete for top 4, top 6 at a push. Yeah. Or top 6, top 4 at a push. But either way, before we begin, please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. And with that said, obviously, Xavi Simons, Yorel Hato news is running a little slow. Transfer news as a whole is a little slow. So I thought, what better way to make up for the lost time than with, of course, a squad builder. I'll do the A team at some point, but I just wanted to shed some light on just how deep the squad depth that we have is just something else. It really is. Now we'll start with the one that really does smell, and arguably, once Simons and Hato both get signed, if they get signed, hopefully, it seems from what I know, from what we've heard, it does seem as though it's a done deal, which leaves the goalkeeping situation. Now, Jorgensen, obviously, out of the two. Penders has gone to Strasbourg. It leaves Jorgensen and Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez, as we know, is going to be the starting player for Chelsea in the A team. Bit of a spoiler there. A lot of these players, if it's not any of the players that I've put on the team, the A team's going to kind of be a bit obvious. But there's obviously going to be players altogether that aren't included as a whole. And so we'll get into that at some point. I'll start with left back because we've already mentioned him, but Yorel Hato, as we know, is coming in as a bit of a backup, or not a bit of a backup to Cucurella. Cucurella, a bit of a workhorse, bit of a Frank Lampard in the scheme of things, because it just, and Azpilicueta, I guess, is a much better comparison. But what I mean by that Lampard, or Azpilicueta for that matter, is that he just doesn't seem to have any rest. He doesn't seem to have any games missed. And with Yorel Hato, it does allow Cucurella some time off from game to game. Also, at the same time, seemingly a very, very good prospect, a really good talent. Just 19, I think, 20 years of age, but already a huge, huge figure in the Dutch squad and so on. He just seems like he is going to be a very, very influential player for us coming up this season, even though I don't think, I know he won't be in our starting 11. He knows that as well. This is going to be a great chance for him to fight. These will be the early games or the games that are like against sort of not your PSGs or your Real Madrids, I suppose, in the Champions League. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, all that sort of stuff. And already I'd suggest we're off to a good start. Now, in defence, you've got to think it's either going to be Tosin, Chalobah, or quite frankly, I think it's going to be, well, I suppose we've got Badiashile as well. Listen, I don't love Badiashile. I just don't. I honestly, I think Tosin may be our starting centre-back alongside Colwill, you know. So frankly, I think it could be Chalobah. And when fit, I'm going to go with Wesley Fofana, you know. But then that's two right centre-backs. So, frankly, it's probably Badiashile, let's be honest. I'll go with that. I feel like that's a decent, I mean, it's not great. It's not amazing. But still, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Other than that, I think Tosin could honestly be, with Fofana not being 100% all the time, I could see Fofana filling in for whoever's at right centre back. Colwell's our go-to. He's our starter. He's our main guy. But I do think, other than that, it's up for grabs, the other part. I don't think Wesley Fofana goes straight in. I don't care what people say in terms of how good they think he is. Because he is not 100% fit all the time, it really makes it hard to say that he can be a starter. Look at Reece James. He wasn't a starter for Chelsea most of last season, but now he's showcasing his fitness has definitely improved significantly. Not all there 100% just yet, but he is playing a lot more from the start. At right back, and I think it is a bit of a toss-up between, obviously, our two options that aren't Reece James. We've got Joshua Achimpong and Malo Gusto. Now, from my liking, I'm hoping and I'm thinking that we are going to see Malo Gusto of old. I still just think it's a little early for Joshua Achimpong. I'm hoping he proves me wrong, but I just think Gusto will probably pip him to the spot based on his performances in the Club World Cup. Obviously not fair on Joshua Achimpong as he didn't play all that much, if at all. Can't really recall. But I think we would probably go with Gusto as our backup, primary backup. In midfield, we already know the two guarantees to start in the A team. But what I'm going to go with Romeo Lavia, who again, not exactly the fitness king. Romeo Lavia, I'm going to go with Andre Santos, and I'm also going to go with Jamie Gittins down the middle. And now I know people are probably thinking, well, Gittins probably starts in the A team, but I just do see Gittins being a player who, am I right in thinking Gittins transfer market? Has he got an injury problem? He has been injured quite a lot. Twice last year, he was ill and had a knock. Shoulder injury seems to be quite prevalent in the early 2020s. But besides that, I don't know. I just think I could see him being a player who obviously he can play on the wing. He can play in the middle. I think he would be the option over, Cole Palmer. Palmer isn't going to be starting a lot of games in the weakened squad, shall we say. On the wings, in fact, no, I'll go up top because it's a toss-up. It's obviously a toss-up between Liam Delap, João Pedro, and Jackson. I don't think Jackson's going to play for Chelsea next season. I think we're going to get rid. I'm going to go with João Pedro. I don't actually know. I'm going to go with Delap. As B team. I just think João Pedro has shown just a little bit more. It's hard to tell. Because they've both been really good. But I do think that Delap could probably be the B team starter. Again, I don't see Jackson playing for Chelsea next season, quite frankly. I think he'll be gone in the next few weeks. On the wing, we have obviously got Xavi Simons, who will more than likely come in. Obviously, we're looking at the wings. We're looking at most predominantly on the wings being the likes of Pedro Neto, Gittins. We've got Tyreek George, and apart from that, obviously Xavi Simons coming in as well. But other than that, it's a little bit scarce at the moment. So people saying about Gittins and Simons and we've got Esteval coming in and all of these players, João Pedro, Delap, so many attacking players. We're getting rid of a lot. João Felix is gone. Christopher Nkunku is going to go. Sterling is going to go, So we're going to have to rotate some players, but I do think Simons doesn't necessarily get in over Pedro Neto. And I just have a feeling it's going to be a battle between Gittins and Simons down that left-hand side. So we'll have to wait and see. And then on the right-hand side, I think we're going to see a lot of Esteval in the B team in the cup games, in the early stages of the Champions League. And I'm really excited to see a lot of this sort of play out. A lot of these players are guaranteed starters for the B team. again, I think the front four are the most sort of moldable, interchangeable. And that probably does pay off with the fact that we've got a lot in the way of attacking players coming into this season. You know, 3 different strikers. If we don't sell Jackson, Jackson wants to stay. I think he's probably going, like I said. But looking at the options we've got, I think we're all right. I think we're going to be okay, you know. And if one of these players gets injured, guess what? We have a replacement. The depth in this squad is looking unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. With that said, don't forget we've got Mark Gear as well. Mark Gear. With that said, my name is Harry. Up, chills. And peace.